Okay, we are live. So, uh, so for part two, we have to implement some kind of filter, and I guess have you gone through the assignment?
Yeah, I read it.
Okay, cool.
I didn't.
So we'll just need to add this bit of code in our Haml. So how do we start? I'll be the navigator and you be the driver.
All right, sure. So I'm just gonna copy that
Okay,
stuff that you selected.
and put it in your Haml, but where exactly do you put it? I think it's because the checkboxes are before the table, so you can probably, yep, under the H1 and before the table, you can paste that bit of code.
Whoa, what just happened?
What?
Why did everything disappear?
Mm,
Sorry, just give me a sec. My editor, all the code just disappeared in my
try,
editor.
try just refreshing the browser because I've seen something weird happening with Cloud9, and it just gets fixed when you do a refresh.
All right, refreshing. Okay, it's back.
Yep,
It just disappeared again.
really.
Weird. Let me try closing the windows. All right, so the HAML file, where is it? It's in views, show, right? Or
Uh,
not
I-
show,
Index one.
index? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. That's so weird. It's not there.
Would you like to, maybe share your screen?
Yeah, how do I do that? Let's see, Google Hangouts, share screen. Oh, it's on the left somewhere. Yeah.
It's the second icon on the left. The green screen with the arrow, white arrow.
Yeah, I got it. That's the right one. Oh, I think I selected the wrong thing.
You selected, I think, the entire screen. Yep, it's fine now. Okay, so
Okay.
somehow you see a blank file.
Yeah, it's blank.
What happens if you do a refresh?
So it appears for a second and then it goes away again, like that. Do you see that?
Oh, uh, can you try in a different tab? And that doesn't help,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, let me just try restarting the whole workspace.
Okay,
Oh, what was that?
did not restart.
Oh,
Um,
it's not my workspace.
okay, I'll try
Uh,
to do that.
all right.
Oh, it's restarting. It will take, I think, couple of minutes for it to respawn.
Okay.
Yep. Um, so I've restarted it. Can you check if the problem still remains for you? Yep, I
Okay.
think it's, yep.
That was weird.
Yeah. So just put the block of code
So put
under,
it right.
yeah, right there. So now we have a form tag and couple of checkboxes and a submit tag, which would, I think,
Yeah, I need to start the, or you have the server? Is it
yeah, yeah, I have it started. So I'll just post the URL. Maybe not. I'll need to restart it. You're right,
okay?
because we restarted the workspace.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right.
I am very bad at remembering, which command to run, and Rails is more or less all about remembering
Yeah,
commands.
lost.
You have a command for everything. Okay. So I'll share my screen,
I can
and
see the link.
okay, um, you can maybe stop sharing your screen if
Okay.
that would help.
I just pressed. How do I stop? Oh, it says right there. Okay, yeah, I see yours now. Good.
Yeah, but I don't see the checkboxes, and I don't
Yeah, I
see
guess.
this.
Oh, it's not in your file. That's weird. So I did save, but oh, uh, still don't see it.
Nope.
Hmm,
Still not. Should I
that's
just
weird.
do that? Should I just repeat what you did?
Yeah, sure.
But uh, that's not a problem. Just it doesn't mess up something, and at some times later, like if we got if we get two form tags, or it gets duplicated, that would mess things around.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing your. Maybe if I just open the file again. Oh, okay, it works now.
Okay, fine. So we have that code right now in our haml,
Yeah.
and when you refresh the browser, it says no method error in movies.index or hash index. So it's basically complaining about all underscore ratings,
Mm-hmm.
and it says it doesn't find any uh, instance variable in our controller. So would you like to define an instance variable?
Yeah, what's it going to be called?
uh, all underscore ratings.
Where do I define it?
You can just probably define an attribute reader, ATTR reader, with the name of all ratings. Yep, like that. So that would solve the problem of not having the variable, but then our each method will not be supported by the instance variable. So see, yep. As you can see, it complains about undefined method each for mail class.
Yeah.
So as per the instructions, we have to set all ratings to be enumerable collection of all possible values of movie rating. So I guess
So should we define a method for that? All called all ratings.
hmm. So it says the controller method needs to set up this variable, but what is the controller method? Is it the index?
It, I think, yeah, it should be in the index because the index is displaying the list anyway. So if we put the logic in there, that would make sense, I think.
Yeah. So I think what we can do is we can initialize all ratings with all the ratings from the model. So if we have to fetch from the database all the ratings, how do we do that?
All the ratings.
Yep.
What exactly is all ratings? Is it just the
It's
is it supposed to be a hash of the like G, PG, PG-13 like that?
yep.
Or,
So
oh,
it's
okay.
just the one column of the table. So the table has different columns like title, release date, uh, I
Right.
think rating, and we just have to fetch the ratings, not anything else.
So if we did something like movie dot ratings
Mm, it
dot
might.
all, no. Uh,
I
movie,
think maybe we should try to see the documentation on Active Record.
yeah, actually, we can open up a Rails console. So I'm just gonna open up a new. Yeah, or I'm gonna try that. You can go ahead and look at the documentation.
Okay.
What's the name of the? Sorry, what's the name of the app? It's H. Where is it?
I think it's,
Rotten Potatoes.
yeah, it should be defined in the application. Yeah, it's rotten potatoes.
Okay, so we have movie dot all movie dot ratings. No. Rating?
Okay, I think I have found something which you can try.
Okay.
You try, is it movies or is it movie?
Movie. So
Okay,
you
so
can
you
open
can
up the. I have a
shell.
shell.
Okay. Um, yep, I see it. So, mm and we have lost the scroll.
Uh,
That's
can you?
okay. Can you? I'll just stop. I'll just close this shell so that you can at least have scroll back,
Okay.
and you can try movies.
Yeah.
I think it's movie. It's not movies. It's movie. If you see in our
Yeah.
controller also, we have defined movie.
Yes.
So try movie dot select.
Okay. My shell just died. Sorry, one sec. Rails console. I have to start it again. All right. Here we go. So movie.select.
And I've shared the screen with you. You can see the syntax. It's just the column name in quotes and then call the method. Just one parameter. So we'll have something like movie dot select, then open curly braces. Oh, sorry, open parenthesis,
Yeah.
then quotes and then rating, then close the quotes and braces.
So open parenthesis rating
Yep, but in quotes as an
in quotes. Yeah. And then after rating, what's the other argument?
just one argument, nothing else.
Oh, just one argument. Okay.
Yeah. So you just want to fetch
Oh.
one column. Did it work?
Yeah. So I got. Yeah, I got like it just shows their ratings.
Great. I think that's what we need.
But
So
it's a bit so it's an active record object, and I don't really know how to extract. So let me just paste what I get
uh,
into something you can see.
into maybe in the controller
Sure. So I'm gonna go. Oops. I'm at the bottom.
at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. How do you turn on word wrap?
I see. I see it.
There.
That's okay. Hmm.
So we want to get just the rating part out of it, right?
And what was the command that you entered in the shell?
In the shell, I just did movie.first, and that
Movie.
it's the same thing. You get an active active record object.
Uh, I'm writing on the controller file. You have to do movie dot select,
Yeah.
then rating.
Yeah. Well, that's what
That's
I
what.
did,
Okay.
and that's the output I got. The what's underneath that. So you can see, right? Like rating G, then rating R, then rating O, then rating R again.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah. So maybe that's not quite it.
Okay, okay, okay. I see. So we have non-unique values, and somehow we need the unique ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll search for bring the unique thing, and that should be very straightforward. Okay, so
Okay.
just
We're
yep.
yeah. I was just gonna say that we're at 20 minutes, so we should probably switch.
Okay, sure. So let's just have this commented out, and I'll just change in the controller. So
Sorry, just give me 1 second.
sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so you can see what I did. I just initialized all ratings with movie.select rating,
Mm-hmm.
and then called use the distinct method
Okay.
to have only the distinct values. But now we have some pretty interesting stuff.
Oh yeah. So that's yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? It's like an active record object, so we want to figure out how to just get the I don't know strings or what
Yeah.
What are they stored as in the object?
Mm,
There should be a really easy way to do this, and can you try doing in the Rails console? Can you try doing something like
how
where
how do I start a Rails console?
Rails? Just type Rails console.
Okay.
Yeah, this one should be easy to remember.
Okay. So first I have to
No, you have
uh,
to go into the yeah.
like okay. So I have the Rails console. Now should
Okay,
I?
so try typing in movie dot where and put in the symbol for rating as the argument.
Mm,
No. Uh,
it
can you
says
try doing rating? Try doing the same thing. So yeah, except so get rid of that colon and do
in,
rating.
in quotes.
Uh, no. So I was gonna say rating colon and then G.
Grading.
I just want to see if that works. So G in quotes, capital G in quotes.
So like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it works.
Okay. So yeah. So then it is a string that's just G. But how do
Mm,
we just get the columns?
okay. So let's try something like uh, select, pass on the rating, and then we see distinct. So it returns a list, does it?
Yeah.
List
Um.
of maybe objects. So what
Yeah.
happens if we, you know,
Yeah. That should work actually if you just put in rating.
in quotes?
Uh. No, just the more. Try it.
Hmm.
Try a few things.
Hmm. That's what
Maybe
we get.
try the symbol.
I think we should try to understand what's going on before um, trying without any.
Yeah. Well, we know we have an object that has a rating thing, right? We're just trying to access that
Yeah.
string that's in the object.
Ah, I see. So if you see, when I write movie dot select symbol rating dot
Yeah.
distinct, the actual SQL or SQL which is formed is select distinct movies dot rating from movies. So I don't understand, why it's movies dot rating. Maybe it should be just rating.
Yeah. Uh.
I think Zarak, the best way to find out something, how we can, probably fix this issue is by seeing how active record is working.
Mm, yeah. So I'm just gonna. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna Google
Hmm.
something. Oh, okay. I just got the first result.
Okay. Okay. So The doc says that all of the above method return an instance of active record relation. So maybe we can Google about active record relation and how to access the data.
Okay.
Okay, so it has couple of methods.
Yeah.
Hmm. What happens if I call the method values? Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. So I found a Stack Overflow question which says that correct way of turning active record relation to an array. Huh.
Uh, yeah.
So we have to do something like 2 underscore a, and yep, I think we get an array of movie objects.
Are those movie objects? Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, so
Isn't that what we had anyway?
plus what happened?
Well, that's the movie class, right?
Yeah. So I
Order
guess
class.
these are all the move uh, movie objects.
Hmm.
So should we iterate over this array? Maybe it should be pretty straightforward to just fetch one single column without doing any iteration.
Should we just create an array with the ratings in it instead of
Mm,
trying to get it out from this? Right? Because I mean, we just need it for the what's it called for the view.
sorry, I didn't really get you.
So if we just create an array that has R, P, G, G, they're just
That's
strings.
that would be like kind of cheating.
It would.
Yeah, because in the assignment it says you should create a class method of movie that return. Sorry, so it says the controller method needs to set up this variable, and since the possible values of movie ratings are really the responsibility of the movie model, it's best if the controller sets this variable by consulting the model. So
Uh,
we can hard code for now just to check if everything else is working, but
yeah, you're right.
ideally,
You're right.
ideally we have to consult or fetch it from the database. Okay, okay, 2a dot colon p and p dot. Okay, so I'm just trying out some stuff.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
So you can just assign. Okay, so if you write movie is equal to, or set of variable movies is equal to movie dot all,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just then loop over that, and if you type movie dot rating, yeah, so what you did is right, except you don't need to. I mean, that was right. That should have worked. What you had, yeah,
This one?
yeah.
Oh, but it still doesn't give me the ratings.
Because
Yeah,
it doesn't give you the rating and gives you what?
it doesn't give me the ratings in A, because if you see what I have in A is basically the movie objects themselves. I just want the movies.
Yeah, no. Okay, so try typing in A is equal to movie dot first, for example,
Mm-hmm.
just to see how it works.
Yeah.
So now you have A as that object, right? And if you type A dot rating, you get the rating as a string.
Yep.
So if you just loop over the movie objects, create a variable,
So you were
create the
saying,
variable.
uh, we do something like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm, then
I'm not sure why that's not working. Why don't we get I don't know, this is probably not very efficient, but if we get or actually maybe it doesn't make a difference. If we just get all of them and then get oh, okay.
mm. So what we can do is we can loop over the, maybe use something like map.
Sure.
I still, I'm not very convinced on this one, because it's like you're we are doing a lot of things for such a trivial thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just try that one. Um, let's say ratings equal to movie dot select. Then we have the rating. We'll have distinct, call the to array method. So we have all the movie objects and ratings in our ratings variable. Then you can do ratings dot map, and I don't really remember anything. Uh, where is map? You can just call map. Hmm. So we can just call blank map x and do x dot rating.
Sure.
So that should eventually be what we need.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what does it say? Undefined local variable or method rating. Oh, okay. I had a typo over there.
Oh.
Yep.
Cool.
Not
So
really.
I guess we can try to refactor later.
Yeah, sure. Would you like to switch?
Sure.
Okay. So the next thing is to how to figure
Um,
out boxes the user checked on and how to restrict the database query based on that result. So there are 2 points which we need to take care. The first one is to figure out which boxes the user checked. So if you see the, if we do a view source of our page, uh, you see the name of the checkboxes, right?
right. So yeah, ratings. The name has ratings in it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. So when the user clicks refresh, we'll have the ratings hash in our params hash,
okay.
and then the ratings hash would have all the individual values that the user
Various
checked. Yeah. So should we create a new route, or how should it work?
Create a new route for clicking a checkbox.
Clicking the submit refresh button.
Oh, the refresh button. Well, I don't. We do we need a route for that,
Uh, Let me check.
or is that just in the controller?
Okay, so you see in the form action,
Yeah.
it's moving to the index controller,
Okay.
the standard controller we have been using.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm. So maybe in our index method,
Yeah.
we see, we try to fetch first of all the ratings
Right.
from the params hash. So just just do something like um, get the ratings hash from the params hash in our index method.
Get the ratings hash from the params hash.
Yep. So you
So
have and store it in a local variable, anything you want, but not by the name of ratings,
yeah, I'm
because we
having
have
a hard
already
time thinking of a name.
check,
Um.
maybe checkboxes. R is really very semantic.
Yeah. Okay. Checkbox. Params.
And then ratings.
Ratings.
Yep. And just, yep, that's how it works. So now your checkbox will itself be a hash,
Okay.
and it will have all the values that the user checked. So if I have checked G, it will have the value of
G.
it will have G in your hash.
Okay.
Okay, so
And what's the
the value would be 1.
value would be 1? Okay. So or would it be 1 or would it, okay.
uh, so if Okay, so because this is a get method, I think we can see the values on the URL itself. Let me try. I selected G and I did a
Okay.
refresh. You can see that our ratings. Then this represents the this character,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's equal to 1.
equal to 1. Yep. So all
All
of
right.
all the one which are selected will be 1, and The ones not selected will be nil, I guess.
Hmm.
Hmm. So, um, so just I'm just going through the assignment, which says that try viewing the source of the movie listings with the checkbox form, and you will see that checkboxes have field names like ratings G, ratings PG, etc. So this trick will cause Rails to aggregate the values into a single hash called ratings, which we have already extracted, and whose keys will be the names of the checked boxes only, and whose values will be the value attribute of the checkbox, which is one by default since we didn't specify another value when calling the checkbox tag helper. So that is if the user checks the G and R boxes, params will
Okay.
params will include as one of its values G1 and R1. So we will just have G and R as keys in our ratings hash. So we can probably do something like just iterate on the keys.
Yeah.
Check out the hash
So
documentation for an easy way to grab just the keys of a hash. Yep. Since we don't care about the values in this case. Yep. Okay. So
okay.
you
So
see what we have to do. We have the hash in our checkbox, right? And
yeah.
we need to fetch the keys of from that hash.
Yes. Okay. So
Let me open up the docs because I really can't remember anything about Ruby.
um yeah. Let's see. How do you do that?
It should be simple. Yep. So it's dot keys.
Oh, dot keys. Okay, that
Dot
makes sense.
that will give you a list with all the keys.
A list with all the keys, and um I want to pass those keys to the movie dot where.
I guess uh, who so we are
Okay.
doing the we are querying the database thrice, one inside if the toggle is title, one inside if the toggle is date, and in the else movie.all. So we have to have only those values displayed which have been selected. So that sound like we have to have somehow. Hmm. Okay.
So can
So
I?
if
Yeah. Sorry. What were you saying?
uh, uh,
Like, can I just send it the? I mean, over there. What is that example of orders? Params orders. Is that a list or what?
um, it just says that you can who. So what would be the sequel you would write to fetch only those values?
I don't know. I don't even know SQL or
Oh, okay,
SQL.
okay. And that's not an issue. So that would be like select star from movies where my yeah okay. So where my what we are filtering ratings is
Ratings. Yeah.
something. Uh, okay, so just right? Like this, in the movie dot just comment out movie dot all.
Comment out movie.all. Where's that?
Just at the very end of our index method, and we want to have movie dot where. Instead of movie dot wall, we want movie dot where, and it would be like ratings in quotes, and ratings equal to question mark.
That whole
uh,
thing is in quotes.
the whole thing is in quotes, and then you would pass our checkbox dot keys. So that's how I understood it, but we can try that out.
Okay.
Okay, so it says undefined method keys for nil class. Okay, I see it. So just comment out the checkbox dot keys, or yeah, remove it altogether. So now it is possible that the checkbox will be nil. So we can do something like, if checkbox is nil, it's not nil. Um, Sir, why don't you do that outside of the where clause? Maybe that would be better,
Uh, yes.
because
So,
just
should I put
just store it somewhere in any local variable.
it here? Uh, is equal. Well, checkbox keys like that.
Yeah, but you see now checkbox underscore keys would be nil if checkbox is nil.
Yeah. So
So maybe you can
no.
set checkbox underscore keys to an empty array.
Checkbox underscore keys is equal to an empty array.
You know what?
Yeah.
Um, what do we want? We want all of the ratings if any of the ratings is not selected, right? So instead of having it an empty array if checkbox is nil, what we can do is we can reuse what we did to fetch the ratings.
Um.
So in our ratings variable, you see over here where we assign it to all ratings.
Yeah.
This is an array of all the ratings.
Okay.
So now I just want that if our checkbox is nil, that means no checkbox has been selected. I want checkbox underscores keys to not be an empty array but have all the ratings values.
Okay. Well, I think you should do that. We'll switch and you can type it because I'm not 100% sure what you're saying.
Okay, no problem. So I was just saying that instead
So
of,
you can just like delete all that stuff. I just made a mess because I was kind of like I didn't know what I was doing.
that's okay. Just what I'm saying is this, that I'll just comment out this portion. So here we are fetching all the ratings
Hmm.
from the model, and then we are, mapping the rating from the movie objects. And over here in Do you see my cursor?
Yeah.
So over here we have the ratings is just an array of all the um, all the ratings, right? So
Yes.
let's just say if we have checkbox keys is equal to ratings. So this would mean that if no checkbox was checked, by default
Oh,
the default value would be all of them.
okay.
So when we do a query, we will select all of the data, and because if we were doing an empty array for the default
Right.
case,
Right.
the
That makes
that would not fetch any of the records.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so now we can maybe do this. So this would basically check if checkbox is nil, but we have to uncomment this one. Does it seem okay to you?
Um, so the params is gonna give us the ratings, and if it's empty, then we're gonna have all of them.
Sorry. If it is empty, then we'll have nil in checkbox,
Yeah.
and then maybe we should move it down here. Okay, so checkbox is nil if on the first case we have checkbox underscore keys with all the ratings.
Yeah.
Now, what we want is that if our checkbox is not nil, then we want to set checkbox keys to this one, to this value.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think,
Yeah. We don't need that.
yeah. So if our checkbox is nil, this statement will just not execute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. And then what do we want? We want checkbox is over here. I'm still not sure if this would work, but
Yeah. Does that accept a list? Was that what the documentation showed? Because
mm, what is the issue? It says SQL exception. Okay. Hmm. You see, we are almost there. We have to use something like in.
I think um so one of the things that because the name like the Rails thing, it gives us the names in the format that that we expect.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, sorry.
So you see, what we have and what we need. We have, if you see the SQL over here that has been formed, It says select movies from movies where ratings is equal to G, comma R, comma PG-13, comma PG. So instead
Yeah,
of equal, we just need in.
I see.
So that would mean that ratings is just one value out of this list.
Yeah,
So I'm just trying. Okay, let me Google active record sequel in, not injection. Yep. Okay, I think I found what we need. So it's where and just the symbol and then something like this. Okay. No such column movie dot ratings. Why? Because it's rating, not ratings. Yeah. Now comes the hard part. See that.
well,
Just look.
so yeah, I knew that it works with one thing like that. I didn't realize that you could just put in the uh checkbox underscore keys
Yes.
is it's a
Is that
list, right?
an
Like an array.
yep.
I mean, is it an array or is it active record object?
It's a plain old array.
It's a plain old array. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was asking earlier because I know that you could do the rating colon and then like one item,
Yeah, but
but I didn't know.
we need multiple items because we can select G and R, and
Yeah.
we'll need both G and R records displayed.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if it took an array as an argument.
Okay. So this is the if you see my screen, this is the Stack Overflow question.
Yeah.
Uh, So as I told you, we were doing like ratings is equal to list, but we wanted ratings in that list. So this is just um, you know
Yeah, I know. I understand. Like I'm just saying that I knew the syntax all along.
uh-huh.
I just didn't realize that it takes a list. Like I thought, or an array. I mean, I thought it only takes one item as its argument.
Okay.
But I thought that's what we were trying to figure out. I
Yeah.
didn't think to try it in the console. I should have just done that, and I would have saved ourselves like 15 minutes of effort. But yeah, well, we figured it out. That's pretty cool.
Okay. So
You can actually write rating colon and then checkbox keys.
uh,
Uh,
ratings where? Sorry.
so you know where you have the key and then the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
You can just write rating colon checkbox keys. That's the new sort of. You have to remove the colon in the beginning though.
Yep. Like
So I mean,
this.
it's just a Ruby 2 thing, I think, or 1.9. Yeah, like that.
Okay. So now we have this one. I'll just try to test once again. It still works. So PG-13 and PG. Okay. So now the thing is that if we do movie title, we get all the values back.
Ah, right.
but at least
So
in a sorted order.
yeah, so we can
So
just put that, rearrange it in the index, I guess, if you want to do that.
uh, the problem is that when we select these checkboxes and when we click refresh, our checkbox state is not
Oh, yes, you're right.
so I think that's okay, and that's how the assignment wants us to implement this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So then I think we're done.
oh no, actually not. Um, it says if you see the hints and caveats, the second point, it says that if the user checks G and PG and then redisplays the list, the checkboxes that were used to filter the output should appear checked.
Oh,
Hmm. So I guess what we can do is that we can store it in a local variable. Sorry, in an instance variable in the controller, and then you know modify this checkbox tag so that to read from that instance variable and show that state.
uh, okay.
Would you like to stop for today, because I think we have almost crossed 1 hour?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, sure. I think we'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
because
I'm gonna
uh,
have some dinner.
it doesn't really help if you we just keep on going without really you know getting in what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Zarek, I'll just stop the broadcast now.